This 6-kilogram sphere of metal killed two brilliant scientists, 9 months apart, in almost the exact same way. They called it the Demon Core. August 1945. The United States had just dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, ending the Second World War. But they had a third core ready to go. A plutonium sphere that was the heart of a weapon that was never used. When Japan surrendered, the core became surplus. So it was sent to Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico, the birthplace of the atomic bomb, for research. Scientists there were testing how close they could push nuclear material to the very edge, to the critical point where a chain reaction begins. They called these criticality experiments. The goal was to understand exactly how much plutonium was needed to trigger a nuclear explosion. It was incredibly delicate work. One small mistake, and you'd create an uncontrolled chain reaction, a burst of deadly radiation with no warning. The scientists had a nickname for this kind of work. They called it Tickling the Dragon's Tail. Harry Daghlian was 24 years old, a physicist, quiet, dedicated, already a veteran of the Manhattan Project. On the night of August 21, 1945, just days after the war ended, Daghlian was working late. Alone, he was stacking tungsten carbide bricks around the plutonium core, creating a reflector to bounce neutrons back into the sphere. Piece by piece, he was getting the core closer to criticality. Then, he grabbed one last brick. As he moved to place it, his instruments spiked. He realized instantly this brick would push the core over the edge. He tried to pull back, but the brick slipped from his hand and fell directly onto the core. In that instant, a flash of blue light filled the room. An eerie glow, the signature of a criticality event. Daghlian had been hit with a massive dose of radiation. He knew he had to jump into action. With just his hands, he knocked away the bricks, stopping the reaction and saving others. Then he calmly walked to the security station and reported what had happened. His hand had absorbed the worst of it. Over the following days, radiation sickness consumed him. 25 days later, Harry Daghlian died. He was the first American casualty of a criticality accident. But the Demon Core survived. And within months, it was back in the laboratory. 9 months passed. A new scientist took over the criticality experiments. His name was Slotin. Slotin was a Canadian physicist with a reputation for being fearless. Some said reckless. He had personally assembled the core of the bomb dropped on Nagasaki. His method was different from Daghlian's. Instead of bricks, he used to have spheres of beryllium and held them apart with nothing but a screwdriver. By lowering the top hemisphere closer, he could bring the core to the edge of criticality. It was the ultimate game of tickling the dragon's tail. On May 21, 1946, Slotin was demonstrating the procedure to a group of 7 colleagues. It would be his last lesson. At 3:20 in the afternoon, the screwdriver slipped. The top hemisphere dropped. A blue flash, that same eerie glow, engulfed the room. The core had gone critical. In a split second, Slotin reacted on pure instinct. He knocked the top hemisphere away with his bare hand, stopping the chain reaction. It was over in less than a second. But in that second, Slotin had absorbed a lethal dose of radiation, almost 1,000 rads. He knew immediately. As they rushed outside, Slotin turned to his colleagues and said, "You'll come through all right. But I haven't the faintest chance myself." Before going to the hospital, Slotin insisted on reconstructing exactly where everyone had been standing, so doctors would know their exposure levels. Over 9 agonizing days, radiation sickness destroyed him from the inside out. His parents flew from Canada to be with him. On May 30, 1946, Louis Slotin died. He was 35 years old. After taking 2 lives, the plutonium sphere finally earned its name. Scientists started calling it the Demon Core. Later that year, the core was melted down and recast into a new weapon, as if they could erase its history. They couldn't. The deaths of Daghlian and Slotin changed everything. Remote handling became mandatory. Never again would scientists tickle the dragon's tail by hand. These two men, brilliant, young, devoted to science, died because they underestimated what they were dealing with. The demon core reminds us of something we often forget, that some knowledge has teeth, and some dragons bite back. Now if you like this story, give this video your like, and don't miss to comment it below, and to subscribe the channel, just to keep updated. See ya, mad scientists.